Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a quick 7-minute devotion with ALLMIGHT. I'm super stoked that I have a 4-day weekend this week. Today is the 9th of January, and we're off from my job because we're honoring the burial of President Jimmy Carter, who passed away at age 100. It's a day of honor for him, and he's laying in state at the Capitol, so today was given off for us, and I went ahead and took tomorrow off because of this weekend and just making it a long weekend and really going to enjoy it. So let me go ahead and get started with this 7-minute devotion with ALLMIGHT. And today we're going to be studying who God is and is He your source. Let me start the timer. All right, here we go. God be with me, guide me, inspire us with this that I'm going to unlock today. In the name of Jesus, I pray. So we're basically going to be looking at this right here today, the different names found in the Bible, especially the Old Testament of God. I have pulled 3 of them out, and we're going to look at that today. This is going to be our quick 7-minute devotion. Okay. My God. Can you say that to yourself? My God. Who is my God? Who is your God? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, who is your source? Who do you look to? Who do you look to for happiness? Who do you look to for healing? Who do you look for when you need hope in times of hopelessness? Who do you look to find strength? And who do you look to for help? You have to be able to answer those right there. Who is your inspiration? I'm going to be looking into 3 different names in the Bible as to God. And what's unique about these is God reveals Himself differently as the Bible progresses. When we first meet God in the Bible, in Genesis, we just learned that God is creator. That's all we know about God in the beginning, is that God is creator. And as time goes on in the Bible, another unveiling, another peel of the apple, another layer of God is revealed. And that is in these Jehovah names. We're going to be looking at some of these Jehovah names. Jehovah Nissi, Jehovah Raphi. We're going to be looking at some of those. The first one we're going to look at is Jehovah God, our healer. Jehovah Raphi, God our healer. This verse is found in Exodus 15, verse 26. I am the Lord who heals you. It says that there. I am the Lord, and another name for Jehovah is Lord. Another name for Lord is Jehovah, God who heals you. As you dissect that verse a little closer in Exodus 15, verse 26, we see that there's some requirements at the beginning of that statement when it says, I am the God who heals you. God is talking to the Jewish people that He delivered out of Egypt, and He's telling them how He works. And He says, listen to me carefully, do what is right in my sight, pay attention to my commandments, and keep my decrees. So there's like a certain thing here going on with the relationship of God and the people of Israel that He brought out of Egypt. And He says in that Exodus 15 chapter, where He talks about all of these diseases that you had while you were under the Egyptian people will no longer be a part of your life as you're following me. Those things will fall off of you. But they were on the Israel people because they were married to and enslaved to and were part of the Egyptian people for over 400 some years. The second one is Jehovah Provider, which is Jehovah Jireh in the Bible. That word was discovered in Genesis 22, verse 14, when Abraham called the place there Jehovah Jireh, which meant the Lord will provide. And this is all about the time when Abraham is sacrificing and is called by God to sacrifice his son Isaac. Abraham kind of like was obedient there, but he spoke to his son Isaac and said, God will provide himself the sacrifice. A very deep verse. And we learn later on that God himself provided himself through Jesus Christ, God in the flesh, as a sacrifice for you and me. God will meet the need. He will be the sacrifice. He will find the solution. He is the victory. He is the provider. And the third one we're looking at is Jehovah Raha, which is my shepherd, found in Psalms 23, verse 1. There we see that he can lead us. He can guide us. He will fight off wolves that come against us. He walks with us, like in Psalm 23, through the valley of death, through the times that we're fearful, and that he is with you. He's your shepherd. And the more we hang out with Jesus, in the New Testament, Jesus reveals that the sheep that I guide know my voice, and they hear me and they follow me when it's time to move from point A to point B. All right, that was the end of my 7-minute devotion. I got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left on this. Let me go ahead and do a little show and tell on a couple of these things. I have this here I found in my mom's material. I went down and spent some time with my mom celebrating her 75th birthday, and this is my boot camp from Great Lakes, Illinois book that I found there, and it was fascinating. Like, here's me standing up right there in this one picture. I know, right? It's hard to see with all the light, but I'm in a lot of these pictures. There's me again in the middle on the top right there, directing and guiding, what do you call it? Field day. Isn't that crazy? That was 1985. These two guys were my company commanders, and I truly honored them and respected them. They were amazing. They were very strong. That was back when boot camp was the real deal. So just a little show and tell there on my little 7-minute devotion. Thank you for having devotions with ALLMIGHT, and I pray that you understand and let your source of help, your source, be revealed to you in who God is. All right. God bless you guys.